Hey there, my name is Amber and I'm so thrilled that you've made your way to my yoga videos. So most of these videos I do on Facebook Live first before I post them here on YouTube. So if you'd like to do them with me live, follow me at Kaleidoscope Yoga on Facebook and on Instagram for dates and times. But in the meantime, grab yourself a mat, some blocks, a blanket, maybe even a bolster, whatever it's going to take to make your practice accessible and comfortable for you, and I'll meet you on the mat. Thanks for being here. Go ahead and find your comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. Remember, not always cross-legged. I know I say it every time, but it's just nice to know that you don't have to sit like this if it's not comfortable. Make yourself comfortable in whatever way that works for you. So my name is Amber. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm excited to get started. Hopefully I can read this. My eyesight's kind of shifted a little bit. So I wanted to start this evening's practice with a little reading from the book called Journey to the Heart. This was gifted to me like 20-something years ago, and I like to turn to it every now and again. And I really liked today's passage. It's kind of written in a journal sort of form. And today is Discover the Power of Vulnerability. So as you find your seat here, go ahead and lengthen up through the spine. Take a nice deep inhale and release. You can close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Let your shoulders relax. And see if you can let your energy move down to whatever you're sitting on. So your bum, obviously, but maybe the mat or a block or a blanket. And just see if you can really let yourself soften in the expression across the chest, in the belly, your back, in the thighs, the hips, the knees, shins, toes. And then once you've kind of gone through this body scan, tune into your heart space. Notice your heart rate. How does it feel? Are you happy? Did you have a hard day? Maybe you're a little tired. And just really notice how you are feeling in this moment. And maybe this brings a smile to your face. Maybe this is the first time you've had an opportunity to yourself today. I hope that feels really good and nourishing. I'm glad that you're here, able to take this opportunity. So, a new kind of power will emerge from vulnerability. The more honest we are with ourselves about how we feel and what we really think, the more power we have. We may have once thought that being powerful meant not giving in to what we felt, what we thought, or who we really were. But that attitude didn't garner any power for us. It caused life, the universe, us to continue creating situations that would help open our hearts, help us to feel, help us learn the lessons of vulnerability. The sooner we become honest with ourselves, the sooner we can be honest with others. The sooner we become honest with ourselves, the more quickly we will grow and move on to a new place. Become vulnerable, at least with yourself. Be honest about what you think and how you feel. Write it, speak it, feel it. This one's my favorite. Release it. Then you will know where to go, when to go, and what you are to do next will emerge naturally, quietly, and clearly. I've been doing a lot of practices around vulnerability myself and being truthful and honest. And it feels good. It really, really does. It could be scary and overwhelming at times, but I don't know. When you're honest, whatever's meant to be is kind of what it is, you know? So, on those words, on those thoughts, maybe you can bring that onto the mat tonight. And if you find, a shape that doesn't quite feel right to you, give yourself that honoring of backing out of it, or maybe trying something a little different that might feel better to you. Maybe being courageous and trying something new. Whatever that means to you, being vulnerable. It can definitely be a very beautiful experience. So let's bring our thoughts to our breath. And I'd like to invite you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Relax those shoulders back, let those elbows relax, let the chin be parallel to the floor. And let's just breathe for a few moments. So just starting with a soft breath, bring it to your belly. And just exhale, nice and slow, taking your time, exploring how this feels. Let's do 2 more, just soft belly breaths. Good. On your next inhale, let's go into the chest. So let's find the top of the lungs here. Pressing out through the ribs and relaxing it back down. 2 more times. Big breath in. And release. Last time, big breath in. And on your next inhale, we're going to combine the two. Start in the belly, breathe it in. Move past the diaphragm into the rib cage. Find a little bit more length in the spine. And then we'll exhale, releasing through the chest, releasing through the belly. Belly button to spine. Breathe it in again into the belly. All the way up to the tops of the shoulders, feeling the body pressing into the hands, and then exhale back down, pulling that belly into spine. Last time, here we go, inhale, and release. So good. You can rest your hands here if you'd like, or you can move them into Anjali Mudra. You pick whichever one feels good to you right now. And set an intention for your class, and maybe it focuses on that vulnerability aspect, or maybe it doesn't. It doesn't have to. Good. Let's take a deep breath, and wherever your hands are, let's lift them up above the head, bring them to the sky. Let the hands part just a little bit, relaxing those shoulders down the back, hugging in the belly soft, and breathe. You can find some brightness in the fingers. Maybe spread them out, maybe move them in one by one. Kind of move them in to touch the inner part of the palm. Just take some movement here. And then maybe introduce a little bit of wrist curls here. Circling the hands and the wrists. There's a lot of popping and cracking happening over here, all the way from my fingers, like down to my shoulder. Oh. All right, let's reach those hands to the sky. Take a big inhale. See if you can find a little extra space here between the ribs and your hips. And as you exhale, right hand's gonna float down and stretch it out to the right. Don't dump into that right shoulder. We're just softly resting that hand down. We're going to find some engagement into our belly so we make sure that we're not collapsing down. And then maybe if it feels good in the body, you can rotate that left shoulder back a little and gaze towards the sky or the ceiling. One more breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to rotate the elbow down towards the ground and let the shoulder and chest follow. You're just going to sweep that left arm down in front. Bring it over to the left side and then roll yourself back up to center. Just getting a little extra stretch through those upper shoulders. So again, let's draw the hands up. Big breath in. Exhaling, softening the shoulders down. Connect to that belly just a little bit. Let's take one more deep breath in. Reaching it up, finding that space. Exhale, left hand down this time. Right hand reaches to the left. And our right hip is going to press towards the ground. And if you feel comfortable here, stay here. If you want to find a little bit more openness, you can start to rotate that right shoulder back and gaze at the sky. Making sure to keep that right shoulder away from the ear. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to find that rotation again. So the chest and the shoulders start to rotate towards your left thigh here. And then just softly relax that right arm down, sweep it in front, and then come back to an upright position. Hands at the knees or on the thighs, and we're just going to do some seated cat-cows. So taking a nice deep inhale, we're going to draw the chest up and forward. And as you exhale, rounding chest, chin towards chest, rounding through the spine, and then inhale, draw it up. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, rounding through that spine. And you don't have to round 100%. 50% feels good, do 50%. And last time, exhale, rounding it out. And this time on the inhale, straighten the spine, keep the chin to the chest. Relax the shoulders. And we're just looking for a nice little stretch here in the back of the neck. And I invite you to kind of tilt the right ear towards your right armpit or right thigh. Just kind of twist it to the side so you're kind of looking off to the left, and then slowly back to the chest, and then rotate to the right. Let's do that one more time each side, just finding a little bit of love here in the neck. And then this time, as you look to the right, let's draw a big circle with the nose. So draw it all the way up and around. Chin to chest. Let's go the opposite way. Inhale all the way up, looking to the left, to the sky, to the right, and down. Take an inhale, roll the head back up. Good. Let's find a few breaths as we work through the shoulders here just a little bit. So taking a nice deep inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders up to our ears, trying not to draw the shoulder or the ears down to the shoulders, but bring them up. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, roll them back and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Big inhale, drawing shoulders to ears, and exhale, bring it down. One more time, big breath in. Really nourish this space. We hold so much stress around our shoulders. Let it go. Ah, good. All right, so we're just going to take a little twist here. Take your right hand, bring it behind you. Ooh, you know what? We're going to try something. Actually, come forward. Bring your hands so they face the sky, elbows in. So we're going to take a nice deep breath and we're going to twist, but we're only going to twist from our belly. So just a little. We're going to do this in 3 parts. So just a little twist as you exhale. Let's inhale. Our ribs are going to twist just a little bit more as you exhale. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale this time, our shoulders are going to rotate. Pause and breathe. Tapping into that strength in the belly. And breathe. Awesome. So as we unwind, we're going to do it the way that we came in. So just exhale, shoulders, ribs, chest. Yeah. So let's try that again on the opposite side. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthening up through the spine. And we're just going to twist kind of at the base of the belly, at the base of the spine, just a little. Inhale. Rotate the ribs on the exhale. Bring it in. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, shoulders. And just breathe. It's kind of fun to connect in this way rather than just, jumping into the twist. On your exhale, we're going to float back to center. Shoulders, ribs, low belly. Good. I'd like to try that one more time. So let's take a nice deep inhale, hugging those elbows into the waist, and exhale. We just move through the low belly. Inhale. Exhale the ribs. So you might just be looking out over your knee here. Nice deep inhale. And last time, let's exhale those shoulders. And now you should be looking off to the side. Now, of course, if you find that the twist isn't this accessible to you, just come to where it is. Don't push yourself. Remember, being vulnerable, making sure that we're taking care of ourselves and being honest. One more breath here. And on your exhale, shoulders, ribs, and belly move forward. Good. Let's try it one more time. Big breath in. Exhale to the side with just the belly. Inhale. Ribs rotate. So we're looking over possibly our left knee. Inhale. Last time, exhale, shoulders. See if we can come just a little bit deeper, if it feels good. And breathe. All right, on your exhale, let's float it back down. Good, go ahead and release the hands. We're gonna pop off our block if we're sitting on one. And go ahead and bring your legs in front of you. Straighten out the legs. Give them a little love if you need to, around the knees. Rotate and point, flex and point the toes. You can rotate the ankles. More cracking. I'm not sure what's going on here. All right. Good. So go ahead and remove the little fleshy parts from underneath the bottom, really connecting to those sits bones. Lengthen up through the spine. Let your pelvis rotate forward just a little bit, and let that be the key to our forward fold. Because if we are rotating, rolling the chest forward, finding this roundness in the spine, we're kind of pulling on our low back. And so while we're in this shape in staff pose or dandasana, we want to connect to our hamstrings as best as we can. And you may find that you need to draw your heels in a little bit and bend the knees. And by all means, that is perfect if that's what feels good in your body. So let's find that length through the spine, rotate the pelvis forward just a little bit. Let's take an inhale, draw those hands to the sky. Good, reach it up. One arm at a time, like you're climbing a rope in gym class. Did you ever have to do that? That was just insane. This is much easier. Oh, it feels good on the side body. So we're anchored down through those sits bones. And we're just going to take this motion and we're going to kind of rotate at the hips, the hip crease, and just reach it forward. We're maintaining that straight back. Good. So maintaining the straight back, you can start to lower the arms, still stretching and pulling. And then once you get to this space, just go ahead and rest them down, keeping that straight back, keeping that little rotation in the pelvis, drawing them forward. And you'll probably feel some engagement in your thighs. Toes are flexed. And go ahead and look just directly over your toes. So we don't want to be looking up. We don't want to crunch that cervical spine. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Good. And just use your hands to for support to bring yourself up. And then we're just going to bring our hands behind us, fingertips pointed towards our booty. Draw those elbows towards one another. So we're going to hug those shoulder blades back. Take a nice deep inhale and lift up through the chest, pressing into the palms of the hands, sending the power up through the arms. Again, you're going to feel that forward rotation in your pelvis. And breathe for 1 and 2. And on this exhale, go ahead and release it down. Shake out those legs. I'm going to move my props out of the way here. And I'm going to come to rest on my back. And I would love it if you join me. So let's go ahead and rest back here. And we're going to come into cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together. And I'm going to invite you to stretch your hands above your head. So reach towards the back of the room. Soles of the feet together. And we're going to try a little kind of a booty lift here. It's kind of a variation on bridge pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. And on your next inhale, you're going to press the soles of the feet together and press them into the ground. And you're just going to lift your hips. And then exhale down. And hopefully you'll be able to connect to your glutes and your thighs. And then when you exhale and release, let the legs completely relax. And then let's try that again. Nice deep inhale. Pressing the soles of the feet together and pressing the knife edge of the feet to the ground, lifting the hips. And then exhale, release it down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, release. So now we're going to morph this into a bridge pose. So take an inhale, lift the booty, draw the knees together, soles of the feet come to the ground, come into your bridge. And then exhale, start to drop the booty down, rotate the soles of the feet back towards one another, let those knees come out and relax. So let's do that one more time and then we're going to add the arms. So when you're ready, go ahead and start to bring the knees up, soles of the feet to the ground, press into the ground, lifting the booty up, 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 up. Connecting to those glutes and hamstrings, and release it down. Let those knees relax. Bring the soles of the feet together. So all we're going to do when we lift the knees up is we're going to bring our hands to meet the knees. So when you're ready, nice deep inhale. Bring everything up. So hands probably won't meet the knees, probably lower thighs. And then as you exhale, just rotate the knees down and hands come back to meet the floor behind your head. Let's do that 2 more times. Bring it on up. Lifting the booty, connecting to those glutes, and exhale, nice and slow. Relax it back. 1 more time. Bring it on up. Find that bridge. And then exhale, release it back. Good. Let's go ahead and bring those knees together. Draw them into the chest. And you can either bring the hands to the outside of the shins, or you can draw them underneath in the little hip crease here. And we're just gonna, the knee crease. And we're just gonna open the legs here. Find a little bit of space. You can rotate through the ankles again if you want. Good. And so we're gonna make big circles here with the legs and the knees. Doesn't matter which direction you're going, just start out one way and do 3 big circles and then rotate it the opposite direction. And one side's probably gonna feel a little different than the other. More like squares than a circle. And then come back into center, and we're gonna take a happy baby. So that'll get a little bit of a stretch into the back of the hamstrings. So fingertips to the outer part of the sole of the foot, and your knees are going to come to the outsides of your armpits. And I invite you to find a little stretch here with one leg and the other, and just kind of notice what leg, if there is a leg that feels a little bit tighter. My left leg is always, no matter what I do, tighter than my right. So I always have to give it a little extra love. I try to roll it out every morning with a foam roller just to give it a little bit of extra love. Go ahead and bring those knees back into the center, and we're gonna go ahead and roll up and make our way onto our tabletop position. So knees underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders. This is a great space to have a blanket if you want. We're not going to be here too long, but if you have sensitive knees, it's a good tool to have. So once you get yourself all set up, fingertips spread nice and wide. Let the inner part of the wrist kind of move into the mat so you can connect to that thumb and index finger just a little bit more. And let's go ahead and just kind of find a little movement here in the hips. So rocking side to side, and see if you can connect to a little stretch here. And you're welcome to move around if just leaning from side to side doesn't do it for you. Totally up to you. Good. So we're going to go ahead and draw the right foot forward. And we're going to drop our left knee back just a little bit. And be careful here. Make sure that it doesn't feel like you're stretching too much through those hip flexors on the left side. And we do want to keep our right knee above our ankle. And so from here, we're going to bring our hands to our thigh. And maybe you can lift the chest up a little bit, pressing into the top of the back foot, pressing into the sole of the front foot. We're going to take our left hand to the outside of the right leg, and we're going to take our right hand and we're going to spin it around. And maybe, depending on flexibility, I mean, you can reach all the way to the inner part of the left hip. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and unwind. And then we're going to take our right arm on the inside of the leg and we're going to kind of crawl it underneath our knee. You're like, what the heck? We are not contortionists. No, but it feels pretty good. So back knee is going to be lifted and we're going to drop our heel to the ground. So the foot is going to be flat in the back. And so you're going to find a little bit of pressure from your arm into your leg, and hopefully you're going to get a nice stretch through this lower part of your hamstring here. Now, you have an option. You can stay right here, or you can lift your left hand up to the sky. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Should feel good. I hope it feels good. Pressing into the front foot, especially through the heel, and finding that outer edge of the back foot, pressing into that as well. Take one more breath wherever you are. If the hand is up on your exhale, drop it down. Good. And we're going to go ahead and drop that back knee down, unwind through the arm, and sit back in your runner's lunge. And you can use your blocks here if you'd like, just to kind of pull that ground up a little bit higher. So point and flex through the toe here. And then we are going to drop our the outside of the right foot down to the ground. You get a little bit different stretch here. And you're going to take your left foot and just kind of kick it off to the left side just a little bit, just for some extra balance. And then draw both of your hands on the inside of your right leg, so in front of the left knee, and you're just going to keep pressing the pinky toe towards the ground. And you can even come a little bit farther off to the left if you'd like. And that can kind of offer up a nice little stretch through the upper arm on the right and all the way through the hip. And then keeping that pinky toe down towards the ground, let's bring both hands to the right of the leg. And just take a couple of breaths here. And then go ahead and walk the hands back into center. We're going to come back into a nice little low lunge here. Bring both the hands on the inside of the right leg. And we're going to walk our hands kind of off to the left. So almost as if we're going to go to our left knee. And that left foot is going to swing to the right just a little bit. So keeping a 90-degree angle in your right leg, stretch your hands out and drop your booty down. So we're getting into that hip here. Couple of breaths, using that back foot, that back shin as support. Take one more breath here. And then go ahead and draw yourself back into center. And we're just going to walk that right leg back behind us. And we're going to come down to our belly for just a moment here. Hands beside your chest. Draw the elbows in. Take a nice deep inhale. Find baby cobra. Exhale, release it down. Let's do two more. Big breath in. Exhale, release. And then nice deep breath in. Come up a little higher if it feels good in the body. Again, we're exploring the vulnerabilities, being honest and relax. Good. Press up into your tabletop position. And I invite you once again to go ahead and find that organic movement. Just kind of swinging the hips gently from side to side. And then we're going to go ahead and do that on the left. So draw that left foot forward. And you can drop that back knee back just a little bit. So we're going to get a little deeper stretch here through the hip flexors. Keeping that left knee above your ankle. If you'd like, you can draw the hands to the thighs. Find a little bit of extension through the chest, relaxing the shoulders. So we're going to take our right hand this time. We're going to place it on our left knee. Bring that left arm all the way around the low back. You can reach it around to the front of the thigh, or you can just rest it on your low back. Totally up to you. Lengthen through the spine and look over that left shoulder. Pressing into the top of the back foot, into the shin for balance. Pressing into the front foot as well. And you're even kind of drawing the front leg and the back leg towards each other. Take one more deep breath here, and then go ahead and unwind, let it go. Bring those hands on the inside of the foot. We're going to take the left arm this time underneath the left leg, a little contortionist position. And drawing that right knee up off the ground, dropping the heel, so the sole of the foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And if it feels good in your body, go ahead and open up here. Connecting into your belly. Take a few deep breaths. Keeping that right shoulder away from the ear. I just found myself hugging it up. One more breath here. As you exhale, sweep that hand down. We're going to turn the back foot up so the heel goes to the ceiling. Drop that back knee, and hips are going to float back. We're going to find that runner's lunge position again. Point and flex the toe for a few moments. And then go ahead and drop that the outer edge, the knife edge of the foot down, so the pinky toe comes down to the ground. And bring both hands into the center and kind of walk to the right. Holy Moses, I can feel it in this leg so much more than the other. Take a couple of breaths. Again, this is a great place to use a block if you feel you need one, as I do at this very moment. Good. So now you're going to go ahead and spin the hands to the opposite side. See if we can get a little stretch through the side body, through the right arm. One more breath here. And then go ahead and bring it back forward, straightening out those toes. And let's come back into the lunge. And we're going to stay at a 45-degree angle on the left leg. And we're going to walk our hands out. Stretch them out. And take that right foot and swing it to the left just a little bit for some extra support. And then drop your booty down. Let your head relax, let the shoulders relax, and we're pulling, kind of walking our fingers away from us as we drop our hips in the opposite direction. Breathing in to the back of the body. Find lots of space here. Pressing into the sole of the left foot and connecting to the knee on the right. Good. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves back to center. And we're going to spin back around, bring that left foot back. And let's take a child's pose. Go ahead and you can do wide knees if you'd like, or thighs together. It's completely up to you. And just rest through that back for a few moments. Breathing into the back body, enjoying this space to just be calm and motionless for a few moments, just you and your breath. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to reach the hands forward. Draw yourself to tabletop, turn those toes under, spread those fingertips, and make your way into downward facing dog. Pressing into the palms of the hands, stretching all the way up to the hips. Drawing that low belly in to help reach the hips even higher. External rotation in your shoulders, gripping in the fingertips. And go ahead and walk the dog if you haven't started doing that already. And then we're going to go ahead and anchor down the right heel. Take a nice deep inhale. Left leg reaches to the sky. Find your three-legged dog. Press through the palms of the hands. Reach through the toes and exhale. Draw that leg forward, knee to elbow. Inhale, back, lift it up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last time, draw that foot up and back. This time, knee to elbow, pause. And then bring that foot forward. So we come into our high lunge. Draw the hand up to the sky. You can drop that foot back at a 45-degree angle as we find our warrior one. Strong and tall. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Big breath in, peaceful warrior. And let it go. Side angle bend, reaching the right hand to the sky. Let's do peaceful warrior again. Big breath in and up. This time, exhale, hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. Peaceful warrior. Inhale, bring it up, straighten out that front leg. Let's find our triangle. Exhale, left hand down to the leg, right hand lifts up, and your right hip is gonna shift back, and you're gonna rotate the inner left, or you're gonna rotate your inner left thigh in. Stacking the arms. We want to make sure we're not dumping the arm behind us. So make sure that your fingertips are right above your shoulder. We find a connection in the belly. One more breath. On your next inhale, go ahead and bend into that front knee. And exhale, windmill that right hand down to the ground. Left foot comes back. Find your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. Hugging belly to spine. Stretching all along the side body. Pressing from the sole or the palms of the hands. Maybe the soles of the feet come all the way down to the ground. The heels. And then when you're ready, let's anchor down the left foot. Breathe the right foot up high. Exhale, elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, draw it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward. Last time, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring it forward, let it float for just a beat. And then right foot to the ground. Turn that back heel down to the ground. And let's find our warrior one. Draw yourself up. Relaxing the shoulders back. Nice deep breath in. Relax those shoulders. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Relax those shoulders down and back. Big breath in, peaceful warrior. Exhale, find your side angle bend. Rest that forearm on top of the thigh. Left hand reaches up. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Right hand to the sky. As we exhale, right hand's going to float down to the floor this time. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Straighten out that front leg. Exhale, find Trikonasana, triangle pose. So while you're in your triangle, we rotate that right thigh kind of in, left hip shifts back, press into the big toe of the right foot, and then check in the back foot too. Press into the big toe, noticing the knife edge. And this time we're going to inhale and we're going to draw ourselves all the way up. Relax the arms. Heel toe, the feet together into the center of the mat. And we're going to find a little balancing shape here. So just come to stand on your left foot. And nice tall spine here. Relax the tailbone down just a little bit. And we're going to take an inhale. We're going to draw our right knee up. Relax that tailbone. And we're going to open the gates. So open and then bring it back. Take an inhale. Open it up. Bring it back. We're going to do 3 more. Open it up. Bring it back. Last time, open. And then as we bring it back, we're going to cross the legs. So bring the toes to the opposite side. Let's bring our hands out in front of us. Take a nice deep stretch here. And we're going to exhale and move our hips back and just float down, rounding down through this forward fold, making sure that you find a little bend in the left knee, getting through that IT band on the left leg. You can relax the head and the shoulders. And then bending into the knees, go ahead and unwind the legs, staying in your forward fold. Pressing into the soles of the feet. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Find your flat back. Exhale, release. Let's roll it up. Pressing into the heels, connecting to the glutes, connecting to your low belly to protect the back. Big breath in, fingertips to the sky. And exhale, float the hands down. Let's go ahead and do that on the right side now. So just kind of anchor your right foot down, relaxing the tailbone, strong and long through the spine. Connect to your belly, and when you're ready, let's go ahead and draw that knee up. Left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, open the gate. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open. Let's do that 3 more times. Last time, open. And we're going to drop the leg down. Crossing left leg over right. Draw the hands out in front and long stretch. Kick those hips out, palms in front. And rotate all the way down. Relaxing the shoulders and the head. Getting a nice stretch through the right leg.
And then go ahead and bend into the knees, unfold the legs, coming into a forward fold. And relax here for 2 more breaths. Really let the neck go. Maybe find a little bit of movement in the neck here. Good. And then when you're ready, you're just going to start to bend the knees. And if you can, come into a squat just for a moment. Or you can make your way all the way down to the ground. If you can come into a squat, draw those elbows in to the knees. Lengthen up through the spine, and we're just going to take 1 breath here. Good. Go ahead and bring the hands behind you. We're going to make our way down to the ground, onto our backs. Rolling down, drawing the knees into the chest. Find a gentle rock from side to side. And then let's go ahead and draw the feet all the way up. Draw the hands all the way up. So here, connecting to the belly and lowering the low back onto the ground, making sure that it's nice and flat. So you can do this 1 arm and 1 leg at a time, or you can do it all together, but we're just going to lower ourselves down. Hands and feet slowly make their way down. And once you find the ground, take a big stretch. And contract all the muscles, all of them. Even give yourself a little lemon squishy face. And then fully relax. Hands can remain above the head. You can put them at your side or on your belly. I invite you to kind of move the feet away from each other to give your legs and knees plenty of space to just kind of roll out and relax. And I invite you to close your eyes and find your Shavasana for the next couple of minutes. And just notice how the body feels. Discover the power of vulnerability.
try being absolutely honest. Reveal your most private feelings to yourself. It is a new kind of power, a different kind of power. It is spiritual power, the power of opening the heart. When you're ready, begin to take a few deep breaths, letting the breath originate in the belly and start to flow through the body. Find a little movement in the fingers and the toes, perhaps rocking the head gently from side to side. And you can roll to one side and rest for a breath, or you can just make your way into a seated position. And then from here, I ask that you draw the hands to the heart space if you'd like. And just to honor yourself for showing up to practice today, for being vulnerable, and for honoring yourself. Namaste.